What's up, everybody? Silver here with another Halo 5 Guardians Achievement Guide. This time we are doing part 6 of 12 to complete the game on Legendary Solo. So we are starting up this mission. This is the 7th mission, actually, part 6, because there is one mission before this that you just run around and do objectives, so no need for a guide for that. There's no combat or anything. But this is the 7th mission called Reunion, part 6 of this series of guides to complete Halo 5 on Legendary. So here we go. We're starting it up. I skipped a little bit of the beginning there. We were just going down in an elevator type thing. You kind of just stand there the whole time. Probably could have cut this part out too, but, you know, it's in here. So we're running up to our first encounter. A lot of running in the start of this mission. And over here, there's a bunch of Covenant just hanging out. And there's this grunt walking away from you, from where you enter this area. So just run past them, and they might take a couple shots at you, but you will be fine. I've never died from that just running past them. I've taken a little bit of damage, but you got a shield that respawns, so it's fine. So grab a plasma pistol out of this crate and also a carbine. You got a lot of carbine ammo right there. And we're just going to start picking off these enemies here. We got a lot of grunts on the right, so we're going to take those guys out. And you can just headshot these guys, obviously. They don't have any shielding, so obviously you just headshot them. And then on the left there's going to be, oh geez, that guy who just shot me, that's one. He's got a beam rifle up there. That's a jackal. So watch out for him, because you'll get shot and killed. Fortunately, my team was able to revive me right there for me. So watch out for that. You could run past this section, but that's more of a higher skill thing you could do if you're comfortable doing that. What you would want to do if you were running past this section is you'd want to immediately poke your head out and kill that beam rifle jackal, and then just run up to where he was and skip this section. But we're just going to slowly take these guys out. You can see I'm using the noob combo, and what that is overcharged plasma pistol to take down the shields of any shielded enemy, or the majority of their shield at the very least. Some elites have stronger shields, so it doesn't deplete their entire shielding, but it'll take down most of it at least. And then you can finish them off with a headshot with any precision weapon, like a carbine, which is what we have here, or a pistol. Odd that a pistol is a precision weapon, but it's a headshot weapon, not a precision weapon, I should say. And then like a BR or a DMR or something like that would work as well. And you can see I took out that turret guy by peppering him with some shots from the plasma pistol, and then just headshotting him. Right here, you don't want to Spartan charge through that barrier. You want to just take your time to melee it twice to destroy it, because if you Spartan charge through it, you'll actually fall down here, and then you won't have this nice vantage point up here. And you can see I noob comboed the Jackal as well. So the Jackals don't have shielding. They carry a shield, but they don't have shielding like over their entire body. But if you noob combo them, when the plasma overcharge burst hits them, it knocks their shield back. And that way you could aim at their head. Their head will no longer be behind their shield. So it's kind of like the noob combo, essentially. You can see I dropped down here. There's a lot more carbine ammo right there where I was humping the ground. I took out that Jackal carbine guy up on the right. Get out of here, Phantom. You're no longer needed here. We're just going to keep noob comboing people, basically. Whether they're elite or Jackal, and if they're grunts, we're just going to shoot them in the face. And something, a strategy that you would normally employ for Jackals, or one strategy you could employ, is you want to shoot the kind of the notch in their shield, and it kind of shoots their hand and makes them stagger backwards. But that actually does not work with a carbine in this game. It works with human weapons, so like if you do it with a pistol or a DMR or BR, they'll stagger, but they don't do that with a carbine in this game. So you want to use the noob combo, which makes it a lot easier. As for this section, there's two turrets up there, which are pretty powerful, but if we just kind of hang back here, we could pepper them from very far away with our plasma pistol, like you can see I'm doing here, and that takes down their shielding, if they're elites, obviously. If they're grunts, you could just shoot them in the head right off the bat. And there are plenty of plasma pistols lying around the map from all the enemies you're killing, and there are some in various crates along the way as well. So this guy's an elite. We'll just pepper him in the head from far away. No need to close in the distance and make yourself an easier target for them. And then be aware that there's a carbine-wielding Jackal in the top left up here, which I just shot, and there's also one in the top right as well. So we're going to take him out as well. And where is he? There he is. No more. And we're almost done with this section. Just pepper them from far away again, and duck behind cover if you need to. Make sure you're close to cover, so if you do end up having your shields pop or anything, you can just go behind cover real quick, and then just pop back out. Up here on the left and right where we killed those jackals, there is more carbine ammo because they were both wielding carbines, but even on top of that, there's more carbine ammo just right next to it. You can see if you went back in the video a few seconds. Oh, here's the carbine ammo right here. No need to go back. I'm showing you again. So here, you could grab a fresh plasma pistol from some of those jackals and grunts you killed here, but there's no need because we're going to exchange our weapons once we get up here in a hot second. I'm going to skip ahead here. We activate this console, and it brings you down into this hallway that I skipped ahead to, and we'll open this door up. And we want to not go forward. You want to start climbing up here, and we're going to get a nifty weapon. It's one of those like legendary weapons. Climb up here. I'm making it look harder than it is. It's very easy. And the Pool of Radiance, the souped-up, awesome fuel rod cannon, is up top here. So you want to grab that, and we are going to use that for the Warden Eternal battle at the end of this mission. So we go to the end of this bridge, and there will be a cutscene. I skipped ahead. No need to have to sit here through the cutscene. No tutorial needed for that part. So we're going to jump ahead here, and we're going to take a left. We're going to cut back up to the left here. Kind of a sharp turn there. And we're going to go just follow this path. There's going to be a soldier that warps in right there with no shield. Well, he has shielding on his body, but not his head. So he could take one shot to the head and die. And then we're going to carbine the Watchers. There's one there, and then there's going to be one to the left. And a lot of the time, they just kind of sit there for the most part, so that's nice. And then we're going to grab this binary rifle, which is on the left side of us. And there are 4 soldiers down here, so we're going to take out that one. The second one, and they're always in the same spot. There's going to be one to the bottom left, right here. Unfortunately, I'm going to waste all my ammo on 3 of them. Not even 3 of them. I couldn't even kill 3 of them with 6 bullets. Not a good showing, but that's alright. We could finish them off with the carbine, and then there's one always down here. So I'll just stick them. I don't care. But anyway, we'll go down here now, and we're going to exchange our carbine for a light rifle. So there's light rifle ammo there, and I go check the bodies of those 4 soldiers I killed, because oftentimes they carry light rifles. So fortunately, 3 out of the 4 carried light rifle. So I have plenty of ammo back there. And there's also some Forerunner crates, which contain some light rifle ammo as well. So we'll go back there a couple times to replenish our supply. So here you want to kind of hang back and just zoom and shoot the soldiers shooting at you. There's one Watcher up here, and there's multiple soldiers. So it could be a little hectic if you go up too close to them too quickly. I like to take out the Watcher as soon as possible, because obviously the Watcher could heal the soldiers, which would negate any damage you do to them. Here he is. And also, they heal them, and they also shield them, so it's annoying when you're like halfway through killing one of them, and then the shield comes out of nowhere. Not cool, guy. Not cool. So I'm a little far up right now. I don't recommend going up this far unless you're pretty comfortable with coming up this far, I guess, because they could flank you. You can see right here, this guy is warping up here with his splinter turret, which you could only take 2 direct. If you take 2 direct hits with a splinter turret, you're gonna die. So it's pretty devastating to your overall well-being. So don't do that. You want to stay back. You can see me also moving up had a negative effect of my entire team moved up with me, and now they're all dead basically. So that's not cool. You want to zoom as much as possible with the light rifle. It is more powerful when you're zooming, so you'll do more damage when you're zoomed in. So always try to be zoomed in with that light rifle. And if you have a steady stream of fire pouring into the enemies, these soldiers, they'll stagger after 2 or 3 shots, and then you'll have time to finish them off before they recover. So hopefully if you're not getting shot while you're shooting at them, you could just finish them off real quick. But there's a bunch of them, so you might not be able to do that every single time. So I'm going to go back and get some more ammo. You can see these crates right here. There's a light rifle there. And these splinter grenades, you want to save those. You can see I already have 2 in my pocket or whatever. So I don't need them. You want to save at least 2 pulse grenades or splinter grenades, excuse me. Pulse grenades are in Halo 4. You want to save 2 splinter grenades for your fight with the Warden Eternal. So that is that. I'm going to skip ahead because I went back and got ammo again, but I just moved forward. That's all I did. We want to immediately jump down here. This is the big battle of the Warden, and sprint to the right and bust through this wall here that you could destroy. And we're going to take out the Warden immediately, pretty much. So he goes through a scripted little animation. He warps in, and he's kind of just hanging out there. So we're going to shoot 2 or 3 shots at him, or maybe 3 or 4. And once he starts, going into his animation of being damaged, we're going to reload or throw a pulse grenade at him, or splinter grenade. Keep making that mistake. But you don't want to throw a pulse grenade at him when he is not in his animation of being hurt, because he will just like knock it. He'll like brush it aside. Basically, he'll just knock it out of the air and away from him. But you can see we totally wrecked him. The pool of radiance is nice because you shoot and do some damage to him on the initial hit, but it also explodes a couple more times, so it does additional damage without you even having to shoot another shot. So you could fairly easily take out the Warden right off the bat by just coming up to this section and shooting him with that pool of radiance and a couple splinter grenades. And that way this battle is a lot easier. So we have a bunch of enemies to deal with, but we have plenty of light rifle ammo and other weapons in general around the map. I'll show you a bunch of places to replenish your light rifle later in this little video here. But right now we're just kind of taking our time up here, shooting as many people as we can from up top. We don't want to have to close the distance if we don't have to. And that guy's dead. So yeah, again, it takes like 6 shots maybe to kill a soldier with a light rifle that's zoomed in. So with the second or third shot, he usually staggers and stops moving. So you can see right there with that knight. I should start talking about the knights because those guys are tough. You could actually shoot them in their like glowing points on their, it looks like kind of stubby wings that they have. They're not wings. They're actually just like the front side of like the carapace that's on their back. But you can see they have glowing points on the right or left side of them. And once you break those off with your gun or whatever, you could actually shoot them in the face because they open up their faceplate, like right there. You couldn't really get a good view of that one because there was a large blast that happened right as he opened his face. But I shot him through the blast. He had his incineration cannon firing at me, so we couldn't really get a good look at it. But he opens up his face. He like yells in anger that you've destroyed his little stubby wings or whatever it is. And you can take that opportunity to headshot him. And you have 2 chances, basically, because he has the 2 wings, and he does it after each time you destroy one of them. There's more ammo right here, by the way, and more here. There's a ton of ammo, so I was going to say you could just totally just lay into him as if he was a bullet sponge. More ammo here, and he'll eventually die. You could also shoot him in the faceplate once he has no more of those 2 side pieces, the 2 wings, I'm calling them, though they're not wings. More ammo here. And once he doesn't have those wings, I'm calling them, on the back, more ammo here, he will be susceptible to getting shot in the face. And he won't die from 1 shot when he has the faceplate over, but you will eventually be able to blast that faceplate off of him once he's weak enough. So then after that, you could headshot him. So just to keep that in mind. Also, you could just, tear into him on any part of his body, really, because there's plenty of ammo throughout that map. I showed you a bunch of those crates with all that light rifle and scatter shot and suppressor ammo. So we just ran to the last panel that we have to activate for Cortana, and the elevator went down, and I skipped ahead because, again, it takes like a minute or so to happen, and you don't want to see me just sit there for a minute. So we have one more section. I tend to forget about this section all the time. I'm like, oh, we're done. The Warden's dead. We're done with this level. But we have to go in this Phaeton. Or you could go on the footpath, but the Phaeton, I find, is a lot easier. And we're just going to switch to our secondary gun, which is like the missiles that it shoots or whatever it is. And just blast through here. And we're going to follow this path. It's a pretty easy path. It's not risky at all, really. If you know where you're going, you might get a little confused at first. But if you follow the path I'm taking, it's very easy to really not take any damage and really not risk your life at all. And remember, you have that boost as well, so you could always pick up a little speed and time there. And we're done already. We're done. One last boost, and then I boost without the Phaeton. I boost in with the Phaeton, and then I jump out and I boost towards the exit with my personal boost for my body. It's attached to my armor. And the game tends to freeze a little bit there. I don't know if it's because I'm just way too fast or if that just does it normally. But don't worry, it is just loading in the next section of the mission, which there's no enemies, so we just run to the end of the section, which we don't even get to. It just cuts to the cutscene before we even get to the end of this little area. And that is it. We've completed this on Legendary. Thanks for watching, guys. Click like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter at HaloCompletion and on Twitch and Mixer at SilverScorpion4. And check out my podcast called HaloConversationalists. And I'll see you guys later for more Halo achievements.